Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
Welcome to another episode of the Rare Beer Club. I'm your host, the Ginger Yeti, and if you are new to the channel, the Rare Beer Club is a subscription club that I put out by the beermonthclub.com. I receive a box every month that contains 2 hand-selected beers, costs about $60. And I normally unbox these beers, pick one randomly to review, then review the second one at a later date. However, the last couple of beers I've had, and including this beer, there's some beers that I've had sitting around for a little while because either I'd opened the boxes to share with friends, or in the case of this one, there was some mix-up a while ago when with the Rare Beer Club, I received 2 boxes of the same beers. Don't know what happened. I have drank this once before, and I know what my rating was. But this beer is from 2021, and I don't think it should have been aged. But we're going to find out how well it did. So the Rare Beer Club always comes with this paperwork. This is a blended barrel-aged ale with passion fruit, guava, and key lime. I expect those flavors might have died out. 6.5% alcohol. And once again, I always recommend tulip, teku, or Chardonnay glass. It's always a tulip or teku, so I generally use this glass right here. A little bit about the brewery and the paperwork. I forgot to mention, this is the Citrus Vacation from Yazoo Brewing Company, which is out of Nashville, Tennessee. So, Yazoo Brewing Company's founder and brewer, Linus Hall, got his brewing start in a familiar fashion, purchasing a home brewing kit from an ad in the back pages of Rolling Stone back in 1993. I don't remember Rolling Stone advertising homebrew kits, but maybe I just forgot about it. Because I think if I would have noticed that, maybe I would have thought about doing it to brew my own beer since I wasn't of age to buy it. Linus was, as he phrased it, a cash-poor college student living in an old farmhouse in Virginia, and brewing my own beer seemed a little less illegal than the pot-growing operation my other housemates were involved in. That's pretty funny. We're typing this from California. We get where he's coming from. His homebrewing habit continued after moving with his wife Leela back to Mississippi following college, and when the couple relocated to Nashville in '96. Fast forward a bit, and Yazoo Brewing Company opened up in Nashville in October of 2003 with a keg-only lineup of staple beers like Yazoo Pale Ale, Spring Wheat, Dos Perros, and Onward Stout. They quickly established a strong local support for their draft beer, and their Hefeweizen entered regular rotation after picking up a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival in 2004. So bottling began in 2005, though much of their production, and particularly some of the low-volume special releases in their Embrace the Funk lineup, remain keg only. Now, this is kind of cool. 2009 saw the release of Yazoo Sioux. It was Tennessee's first ever legal high-gravity ale, a delicious 9.2% ABV beer emphasizing cherrywood smoked malt. So that's pretty cool. Yazoo started up their Embrace the Funk series in mid-2012, bringing in local writer and wild beer specialist Brandon Jones, who runs a popular website by the same name. Check it out, embracethefunk.com. I've never heard of that website. Might have to go check it out. So there's some more you can read here, and I always post these up. Lately it's been on Twitter, and I post a link in the description so you can see the full paperwork if you actually want to read the whole thing. On to the beer, because I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk all night. So, Citrus Vacation. Yazoo's Citrus Vacation was brewed exclusively for the Rare Beer Club members, such that this will only be available through the club, and if any's left over, through the brewery tasting room in Tennessee. So you're probably never going to get this, probably never going to see it. And since it's from 2021, it's super old. But it gives me an excuse to drink an old beer, right? This is a blend of oak-aged saison and spontaneously fermented blonde ale, which gets re-fermented with the addition of passion fruit, guava, and key limes. It's packed with tropical notes and bright citrus, and comes in at 6.5 ABV with about only 200 cases produced. Wow, this is a rare beer. So it pours a well-hazed golden orange color, thoroughly hazed in fact, with a sturdy off-white foam capping things. The blended beer gives off a nice orangey apricot-like glow in the glass. The passion fruit's impact is exceptional in the aroma. So let's get it open and see if I can pick out any of these aromas. Again, this is old. This is 2025. I got this in 2021. I just recently organized my beer cellar and organized the fridge. I found a lot of things I didn't know I had, a lot of beers that are old that I should have drank fresh. This was probably one of them. Before I open it, I should check out the label, I suppose, right? Not a whole lot on the label. I mean, you probably heard me read everything already and don't really care what the label says. It says about the same thing that the paperwork says, but that's a cool picture on the label there. We'll get into it. On Untappd, this gets a 3.68, but there was only 398 check-ins to it. Beer Advocate, not there. It's got the Yazoo logo on the cap. Smelling a little something. That might be my own BO, but we'll find out. So this says, what does it say? Well-hazed golden orange color. I don't know if that's a well-hazed golden orange color. I guess it is. That smells sour. So the passion fruit's impact is exceptional in aroma. Citrusy lemony mixed fermentation character offers a strong underpinning for each of the special editions. There's a zesty and satisfying lime presence, unmistakable tropical brightness of guava as well. Mouth-watering citrus even before the first sip. Subtle oak impacts. Yeah. Smells funky and sour. I mean, it's got that sour smell that makes my mouth salivate. It's not very strong, but it's enough there. It's making my mouth salivate. It's kind of like a citrusy, limey, kind of sour, funky smell. And it's just every time I take a sniff, my mouth starts watering. So that's cool. That's good. At least for me. Man, I think I got a cat hair in there. I sure did. That's going to add to the flavor. As far as the color, yeah, they're right. It is like a golden orange color. Very hazy. Had a really active head that was loud and dissipated quickly. Didn't even pay attention to what the color of the head was. But yeah, this is probably about a 5 on my SRM chart. That just smells delicious. Hopefully this beer held up. Take a drink and see what I'm supposed to look for. Cheers, everybody. Oh, moderate fine bubbled carbonation. Yeah, provides just enough lift here as there's already plenty of vibrancy from the acidity. Yeah. Stays bright and lively throughout for sure. Core blend's complexity serves as a strong pillar for showing off that passion fruit and guava with the lime blends in seamlessly as a secondary note. Oak-aged saison and spontaneously fermented blonde ale offer some solid underlying complexity, funk, and even some vanilla-like, almondy, lightly tannic structure from the time spent in wood. I know, I'm shocked. So, first of all, this is sour and funky. And I actually do taste the passion fruit, citrus, and lime. And there's a little bit of like oak on the back end. I'm surprised how well this held up. This is not a beer I would have expected to hold up whatsoever. I expected this to be very disappointing. And that's why I made sure to look it up and get the rating from when I tried it fresh, because I thought this was going to be a bad beer. But I wanted to review it anyways because it's part of the Rare Beer Club. I like showcasing the beers that the Rare Beer Club provides, even if I sat on them a little too long. Because I do have a big backlog of those beers. Where was I at on the paperwork here? Hard to remember another beer that showcases funky citrus like passion fruit and guava this well. Yeah. We love the pungency and immediacy of these fruits, but it takes a particularly good base to emphasize the flavor profiles. Citrus Vacation has it in spades. This beer ends up being so nicely bright, so juicy and tropical with just endless layers of a funky fermentation character and citrus special additions to unpack. Yeah, this might be one of the first beers from the Rare Beer Club where I actually think I pick up pretty much everything they're talking about, other than, that vanilla-like almondy tannic structure. funky, sour. And there might be a little bit of tannins in there, but you do get a little bit of that oakiness. The passion fruit, the citrus, the guava, the lime. Surprisingly, is all still there. This is still a really nice beer. This is a really good beer. I can't believe how well this aged. Like I said, 2021, it's now 2025. Back in 2021, when I had this fresh, I gave it a 4.25 on Untappd. I think it's still worthy of that score now, even though it is 4 years old. I mean, wow. Can't believe that a blended barrel-aged ale with passion fruit, guava, and key lime not only held up well, but all those flavors are still present in the beer after 4 years. This beer gets a big horns up. This is delicious. Super shocked about this one. I really thought this was going to be an old beer that just didn't taste good, that didn't age well, and I'm pleasantly surprised. This was really nice. Glad I found it in my basement. Glad I opened it up. Glad I tried it on my channel. Do you all have any beers that you happen to find in the back of your beer fridge or randomly in your basement or wherever you store beers that you thought, this is too old, it's going to be terrible, but I want to drink it anyways because I paid a lot of money for it, and open it up to find out that it was a really nice beer still? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, embrace the adventure.